Little Miss Lucky by Roger Hargreaves. Little Miss Lucky lived on top of a hill in Horseshoe Cottage. One evening, after supper, she went to bed with a book she had bought that morning. She loved to read, and the place she loved to read most was in bed. Do you like reading in bed? Lots of people do. It was a cold and windy winter's night outside, but little Miss Lucky snuggled down in the blankets and as warm as cozy as could be. She opened the door and started to read the first page. But as she did so, there was a knock at the door at Horseshoe Cottage. Oh, bother, she thought to herself. Who could that be this time at night? There it was again. She put her book down, got out of bed, and went downstairs to see who was there. Little Miss Lucky unlocked the door and opened it, but there was nobody there. She peered inside. Nobody. She went outside. Nobody. Then suddenly, there was a huge gust of wind, and the door banged behind her. Bang! She nearly jumped out of her skin. And she tried to open the door, but it locked her so, and she couldn't open it. Oh dear, she guessed. What am I to do? I wonder why this story is called Little Miss Lucky. She ran around Horseshoe Cottage to see if she could get it through the front back door, but as she did so, there was an even bigger gust of wind. A huge, enormous, gigantic gust of wind. It was so strong that it lifted little Miss Lucky off her feet and up to the air. And up. Help! She cried. Somebody help! But her little voice was lost in the whistling of the wind. Higher and higher she was taken, up and up into the night. But then, just as suddenly as it started, the wind stopped. And there was little Miss Lucky, high in the air. She started to fall, down and down. I wonder why this story must be called Little Miss Lucky. Faster and faster she fell towards the ground. Oh! She landed in a haystack in the corner of a field. Little Miss Lucky gasped for breath and felt to see if she had broken any bones. But the haystack was cushioned her fall, and apart from feeling frightened, she was all right. She climbed down the haystack and ran as she could across the field, looking for somebody to help her. Looking for anybody to help her. It was very dark, and little Miss Lucky could scarcely see where she was going. There was a tree in the middle of a field, and little Miss Lucky tripped over one of its roots. It was then that she heard the voice. Hello, it said. Who have we here? Little Miss Lucky shivered. Who's there? She whispered. I, chuckled the voice. Ha ha, am the midnight tree. And as little Miss Lucky looked for the tree, she saw that it had a face. Not of the sort of face you would like to see on a cold, dark, windy winter's night. I wonder why this story is called Little Miss Lucky. The tree grinned and reached out one of its branches. Oh! Little Miss Lucky jumped to her feet and ran away as fast as ever her legs would carry her. But as far away that tree was possible. But as she ran, she heard a noise behind her. Thud, thud, thud. Then she looked over her shoulder and couldn't believe her eyes. Thud, thud, thud. The tree was chasing her. Oh, she ran faster than ever. Thud, thud, thud. But the tree was getting closer. Thud, thud, thud. Little Miss Lucky stopped and shut her eyes. Tight. Thud. I wonder why this story is called Little Miss Lucky. Thud. Little Miss Lucky opened her eyes wide. The book she had been reading in bed had slipped from her fingers and fallen onto the bedroom floor. thud. She had fallen asleep reading her book. It had all been a dream. A dream. No knock at the door. No terrible wind. No midnight tree. A dream. And now you know why the story is called Little Miss Lucky. Don't you? Okay, this is not attack. It's just Little Miss Lucky making terrible mistakes. Well, Mr. Noisy did not appear. But I think I might have to go to the bathroom because I think I might just pee. No boy, that's my poop is cat. I don't know why Little Miss Lucky is actually just the pinkish one in the world. But actually, it sounds good. Well, act. Just some act that the people made for Little Mrs. Today. If you want to try, you might have been the craziest thing to death. Think it's some egads. I like a piece She must be the 16th book, and in the Mr. Men series. Mr. Noisy is number 16 in the books. You might positively get some Maybe Little Miss Lucky just I don't know what she's called. She's called a four-leafed clover. I don't know why, Statler. You positively said five-leaf clover. Maybe Mr. Noisy could actually sell something. Oh, he should positively take the pink one back to town. You